Hey you guys, this is Peter. Welcome to my channel, Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and useful things I have learned as I have grown into the person that I am today. And here is Tucker. And Tucker is very rarely in my videos because as soon as I try to capture him, he just runs away. He's like, I am scared of the camera. I don't like the paparazzi. You don't like the paparazzi? He says, no, I don't like the paparazzi. And Boo Radley is right here. Hello, Boo Radley. He says, I want to be in the video. Do you love being in videos? He says, I love being in videos. And then, of course, the star of the show is always Pee-Pee the Flying Chihuahua. How are you doing today, Pee-Pee? They just went outside and were running around. How are you doing today? Oh, he said, I'm having a great day. It's Friday. Of course I'm having a great day. All right, so it's not only Friday, it is also my BookTube anniversary, my 2-year anniversary on BookTube. And since I talked about it in my vlog last night, and since I talked about it on my main channel, and since I talked about it on my BookTube channel, I thought, why not talk about it over here? So my nose itches now because you were licking my nose. So I'm gonna talk about chasing your dreams and chasing them now, and why that's important. Next week is the 10-year anniversary of my mother having passed away. And I think a lot about that time in my life because it was really a pivotal changing point. And a lot had changed for me in that year. I left a 13-year career. I got out of a relationship. A lot of pivotal things happened within that year that my mom passed away. And, you know, I look back on that and I wonder, like, those things happened before my mom passed away and got sick. And I think about, like, the changes that I made that year and kind of what I was going through. And, you know, it's interesting because at that time I had all of these big dreams of things that I wanted to accomplish. And, I didn't really know how to put them into motion, and honest to God, fear was something that kept me from really pursuing a lot of those things. And, you know, I wrote a book in 2014 that was published, and that was one of my big, like, pipe dream, bucket list kind of things. And, like, if you watch my vlogs, you'll know that I've been working on 2 other books, one of which is Stories of My Life, and the other one is a work of fiction. And those are coming soon. But now I have to dream a bigger dream, you know, and that's what kind of happened at that time. And I started watching a lot of BookTube videos over there. And if you don't know what BookTube is a community of YouTubers that talk just exclusively about books. And I got very excited with the whole idea of, you know, book bloggers, Bookstagram, which is Instagram just about books. And all of it to me was like this world that I wanted to be part of because I read so much. Like, I read more then, like twice as much than I do now because I just find that I don't have as much time today. But I still read a lot. I read between, like last year, I think I read like 67 books last year. And my goal for this year is 101. So, you know, like, I felt like I wanted to be part of this community that I didn't really understand or know a lot about at the time. And I remember when I sat down and made my very first video, you know, and I was so nervous and I watched it back last night. And I got real emotional talking about this on my BookTube video. So if you want to see me cry, go over there. I haven't cried in a while on video. I cried last night in my vlog and I cried today on my BookTube video. And, you know, I think the reason why is because in looking back, I kind of wonder what would have happened had I never made that very first video, you know? Like, it's a 2-minute video and it's just like, hey, I'm here on YouTube. And, you know, when I see that video, I see parts of myself from the past and my fear coming out of that. And, you know, I had like my best friend, Tanya, and my husband at the time were both like, are you really going to start a project that, you know, you're not going to like follow through with? And I think that was part of my fear. That was also part of my fear of starting my vlog, that I wouldn't do it past a week or a month, you know, and it's now been a year and almost 5 total months. I think today is like day 131 on there just for this year, and I vlogged every day last year. So I'm starting to, you know, like accomplish these dreams. But if I had never put the first foot out there on that journey, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And, you know, I had no idea when I started that very first BookTube video that's 2 minutes long, I had no idea that it would lead to 3 other YouTube channels, to the opportunities that I've had, to the people that I've met, to all of the things that have happened as a result of it. I mean, I couldn't even, you know, conceptualize what that looked like on any kind of level, you know? And, I'm still like, because you guys know I'm an ultra, you know, uber fan of YouTube, like when I get to talk to like YouTubers that are huge, like for me, I'm still starstruck. I mean, I'm a human being and I realize they're human beings too, but I'm kind of like, I can't believe I'm really talking to this person. Like it feels kind of surreal to me, you know? And so many different opportunities have come up that it's surreal. It's just like the whole world is surreal. And I think the thing is that, like when I look back on my career, and the very first day that I ever started, which this week was my hire date of that, it would have been, so it was in 1995 that I started as a tech and in a treatment facility, and my hire date, I believe, was May 5th of that year. So this would have been my 1995, this would have been my 23rd year working at that treatment facility had I stayed. And, like, where that took me to being able to, become a counselor and then like be part of this just amazing team of people that I worked with to, like talking at conventions and conferences, around the country and meeting people and getting to hear people's stories of children's successes and their sibling successes and their spouse's successes, as well as the sadness that went along, the funerals that I was able to be a part of people that had been lost to addiction. All of that huge journey, I never knew. I could never have conceptualized that first day that I walked in there and my supervisor looked at me and said, "Come on, let's go make beds because we're getting a lot of admissions tonight." I never knew in that moment what that journey would look like. And that's the thing about life, that you never know until you take a risk what your journey is going to look like down the road. And I have no idea where my journey is going to be 5 years down the road, and I'm excited about it. Like I wake up every day and I'm really, really excited about things that happen and new people that I get to meet and all of that. And the thing is that if you have dreams you want to chase them now. My mom died, 10 years ago this upcoming week. She died with a lot of dreams. She died with a lot of dreams that she never even started to talk about or, put down on paper or figure out how she's going to realize. None whatsoever. She just thought these things could never be possible for me. One of the things that I know to be true today, besides the fact that this one right here needs a lot of loving, don't you? He says, I need a lot of loving. One of the things that I know to be true today, okay? Look at this little hair of his. I love that he has a part. One of the things that I know to be true today is that if I had started writing a book at 18 or 19, that I could have written a book and had it published at that time. I wish I had had enough confidence in myself to realize, I'm gonna put you right down here, honey, that I could have realized that the things that I wanted in my life were attainable if I believed in myself enough and I was able to take risks. People contact me all the time and they're like, I don't know what to do. My channel's not being successful and whatever. You just keep up with it. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on trucking. It'll happen, okay? And if it doesn't, then it's the journey, not the destination. I love that saying, even though it's so cliche at this point, but I love it, because it's so true. It's what we learn along the way. And sometimes it's not about accomplishing your dreams. Sometimes it's about chasing your dreams. Sometimes it's about saying, this is what I know is right for me. This is what I want next in my life, and I'm going for it. No matter what happens, I'm going for it because this is what I want in my life, And my husband is somebody that inspires me on a daily basis this way because he just isn't afraid to take risks. If he sees he loves electronic dance music. He has reached out to so many producers and, labels and been able to work with them. If we go to a music festival, he'll reach out to them, let's say 6 months in advance and say, hey, I'm going to be there. This is what I do. Can I help you with this and whatever? He has been able to work so many parties and events and things like that when we go to these things and be part of something bigger, which just makes the trip and the experience so much greater for him. And he feels like he's part of something. And I think for a lot of us, we just want to feel like we're part of something, And we want to be able to feel like we're chasing our dreams. And I don't know what the meaning of life is. I really don't. I think the meaning of life is to remain teachable, to be kind, caring, and compassionate, and to continue to look at things as learning experiences. But I also think that the meaning of life is chasing your dreams and taking some risks. The people that I know that are most successful in their lives are the ones that take risks and chase their dreams. The ones that are the least successful, and I have been at this point in my life before, are the ones that sit at home and question, why are those people successful and I'm not? But they're not putting any action to the dream. They're not putting any action to the words of the things that they want to do. They're not sitting down. They're not writing the page for a book, even if it's just a sentence a day, you know? They're not doing the things that they want to do. And I think for any of us, the reality is, no matter what our dream is that we want to accomplish, we know certain actions that we need to put into place for it to start even rolling, you know? If you want to be an actress in Hollywood, you probably have to move to Hollywood. If you want to be an actress in Hollywood, but you don't have any acting experience, maybe do some community theater. Maybe at least audition for a community theater. Maybe send in an audition tape to a TV show, you know? Like myself, if you want to lose weight and be in the best body of your life, you probably have to start watching what you eat and exercising. You know what I mean? So across the board, and I'm not perfect. I have dreams I still want to accomplish that I have to work on a daily basis. But it's doing it now. None of us know how long we're going to be here, okay? You were on borrowed time. And whenever I say that, people are like, well, I don't really know what you mean. You're on borrowed time and blah, 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 whatever. And being on borrowed time basically just means that any of us know how long we're going to be here. We don't know how much time we have, you know? And I know that for the time that I'm here, and this is a very valuable lesson that I learned from my mom's passing, is that as long as I am here, I want to make the most of my time. I want to enrich my life the way that means the most to me by watching movies, spending time with my husband and my family and my friends, you know, reading books, spending time with my dogs, you know? Those are the things that I love to do. But then I have dreams that I want to chase after too. And I can do that without having to give up the rest of it. But I got to start it today because I don't know how much time I have left here. I might be here till I'm 80. I might be here till I'm 50. I don't know. And neither do you. And at the end of our lives, I think we want to look back and not have a lot of regrets. My mom said to me at the end of her life, I was able to have a conversation with my mom several months before she passed away that I think we both knew at that time was going to be one of the last conversations. And we were talking about regret. And my mom said to me, at the end of your life, it's not the things that you did that you regret. It's the things you never tried. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.